Yeah. I just been ballin' the regular season. I've been posted up with me and my demons. I want the lifestyle, courtside front. Got bitches like I wanna meet them. I had two bad things coming up to me. They tryna talk, but having a threesome, niggas be hating. Let's give.
Welcome back. I know it's been a long time. I have been on a hiatus, and I guess I should do my intro. I had to dust off the cobwebs to come back, but I realized I wasn't going to come back with just an episode talking about something. It was just an episode just to reintroduce myself to all the people who followed and everything of that sort. But I feel like I owe everybody an explanation of why the pod hasn't been going on. It's been almost like it's been a year. I want to just explain to everybody, podcasting isn't probably one of the easiest things to do. There's a lot of intricacies. There's a lot of things that go into it. There's partnerships. There's things that you got to do. And sometimes life just happens. I hope that I can gain you guys' viewership back. I hope I can increase the material that I come with and still kind of create the things that I knew I wanted to actually go and do. But, as you can see, guys, it's a different environment. I still have the other location. I'll do that. And just to let you guys understand, what I'm going to be doing is that other location. That's when I have guests. But I want to get back to just the one-on-one. Obviously, what the show has always been was about having great topics. And that's what I always want to do, have great topics. Obviously, you guys who follow and been with the show for the longest know I've done solo. Know I've had co-hosts and things of that sort. But what I'm going to do this time around, this is truly a solo performance. And what I'll do is bring guests. I don't want to get to the point where I have a co-host, because when you have co-hosts, you have to depend on the co-host, if the co-host is there, if the co-host isn't there. No, I want to make sure that I cannot leave the people who follow. I cannot leave you guys not being able to see the show. And one thing I can always guarantee you guys, when it's me, I got to be here. So moving forward, there will be no co-hosts. There will only be guests. So, for those who want to say, hey, what's going on? What's going on with the co-host? Everybody got their own things that they have to do. And, there's no hard feelings or anything of that sort, but we have to keep the show going. But I will tell you, within that time of me not being on or doing the show, I had to get me right. I had to get me right, had to make sure that, that just life in itself was moving in a way that it needed to move. Look at the things that were important and focus on those things. There were things that, obviously topics that we had. And, I always one thing I always said to you guys, I'm going to give my truth. I never want to come off fake, telling you something that's not talk about something I live and things of that sort. And obviously, the more that we go and continue to move on to the podcast, yes, I will share a lot of things that are going on in my life, discoveries that I have found out about myself as well. But I wanted to let you guys understand that it would not be fair for me to come on, put the show back on, and and start talking about all the topics that's going on in the world. I think that's not fair. I think the best way for me to bring the show back is to actually tell you guys why I haven't been here and things of that sort. So, like I said, one of the couple of things that I realize is not being here, what I've always treated the show as, it was a place for me to vent. It was a place for me to be able to show what it is that I enjoyed, show what it is, my perspective on things, and be able to find out things that I felt like you guys would want to hear from a different point of view. For those who don't know, this is a show from Jersey, so it's always that tri-state mentality sometimes on the way that we view things. I want to be able to gain more viewership, be able to give you guys, and be able to have a show that the audience can change the audience can give the topic. I do plan on doing live shows and things of that sort to be more interactive with the viewers and things of that sort. And I realized something while I was gone, it was always that situation where you like, dang, like I want to come back, but I don't know what to say. I want to come back. How do I just jump back into it? You got to feel that, like, is this feeling that you got to get? And I've seen a lot of people that do their podcasts and do their shows. I see them, then they go away. I think a lot of times what people think podcasting is about guests. It's about I think we get into this with the right idea, but we sometimes don't recognize the hard work. And you try to find that niche. You try to find that thing that'll go. And you try to find a trending thing that people get into. But as I told you guys, one of the main reasons I got into this, because I always felt like I had something to say. And like I said, you guys are my therapy sometimes for me to be able to express myself. This getting into this thing of podcasting, I realized when it came out, you know, people have a tendency to say, hey, everybody doing one. Everybody feel like they got something to say. If you go into it thinking that that's what this is about, nah, you're going into it the wrong way. You have to feel like you're presenting something. You're presenting something to the world, being able to understand like, yo, I love this. I love to feel like my point of view. This is my thing. This is what it is that I enjoy to do. But I always wanted to tell you guys, look, I come from it. I mean, I put in what I'm going to put out. You know what I'm saying? I have to get to that point where I got to put my all 10 toes down, all 10 fingers down, and get into it. Be able to present a piece of entertainment that you guys could be entertained with. And like I said, you know, I wanted this to be more interactive, get you guys' insight about what it is that you would like to see. I'm not gonna lie, it was hard to jump back. It was hard to jump back because once you're going for so long, you feel like I can't get into it again. Is this? And you put so many ways that you block yourself, like, I want to do this. Maybe I need a partner. Maybe I need to do this. Nah, you got to just sometimes jump out. Never be afraid to feel like it ain't going to be there. You got to put it out. If you do it, they will come, as they say. So I didn't want to create a new show right now or be able to jump out with topics because as of right now, as you guys all know, it's some topics out there. It's definitely some topics out there. But I feel like I'm ready. I'm ready to do it again. I'm ready to jump back out, be entertained, be able to provide you guys with my perspective, others' perspectives, different point of views, and just give you guys the same quality as I always gave you. And I definitely appreciate those who are coming back. And, you know, only thing I could hope is new viewership. And let's get this thing going again. And like I said, the last time I did the show was probably in April of last year. It's been a year. And what is it? We got June coming up. So June, I will be starting the podcast on a consecutive basis. And just tune in. And obviously, like I said, it won't just be me solo. But when it's me solo, I'm just going to be venting. But I will be bringing guests on. And we'll talk. And it'll be at the other location where we do the guests. So all I can say is thank you guys for all those who have continued or who will continue to show support. And I appreciate those who choose to come and be our new viewers. But I just felt like I just want to welcome you guys again and just reintroduce myself to everybody. And let's get this going on. And again, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Shoot the Ish.